What your audience really wants is authenticity.
Hey, Tristan, welcome back.
This month, let's make it super easy. Started doing what we're doing.
So I want to ask you, as you talk about all of these digital things and you talk about domains and obviously you were at the forefront. I mean, clearly you had the foresight. And as the world continues to evolve, and you and you touched on this, I don't know if you know the story behind why we created Drunk on Social, but it's the same concept. Like something was missing, and we realized that there's no aggregation of social news and strategies. There's one-offs and niches, but there's nothing broad-based, and so that's why we created it. But what we're learning is that the quicker you are to adopt things like TikTok, the more growth you're going to have, the more opportunities you're going to create. But so many of us are so slow to adopt and embrace. And now here we are at the dawn of AI, and not, historically speaking, the dawn of anything was truly the dawn. Now here we are 6 months later, and it's like, it's been here forever, and it's like mainstream, and there's still probably a lot of people that aren't on it. But I'd like to pick your brain on that, because as a real estate industry, and I applaud our industry all the time, we are one of the, if not the most innovative industry on the planet. We embrace things quicker. We're the ones marketing on social more than any other industry. I mean, because everybody's an entrepreneur, right? They have to think outside the box. So coming from your background, what are some of the things as you think about, how you did this domain thing, and you had the foresight to buy yacht.com and this sort of thing, and sportsmemorabilia.com, where should I, as a sales professional, an entrepreneur, what are the things that I should have my eye on that maybe others don't, that I could potentially create an advantage by getting ahead?
Yeah, there's so many, but I'd say if you just had 3 or 4 arrows in your quiver right now, and what you're looking to do is get ahead and really build a real competitive advantage, real barriers to entry, a real enduring business. Like you talked about, being a dabbler or being a toe dipper. If you are a realtor and you're making this your career and you're going all in and you're burning the ships, then this is what I'd have to say. Vertical video. So you alluded to TikTok. This is the first time people forget, like, the commercial internet is pretty young. So it's only 10,000 days old. And so, people forget that there's a lot of opportunity here, and we're in this big transition place right now with ChatGPT. So this is, and I'll link the vertical video piece to ChatGPT, but this is why vertical video is so interesting. It's kind of like planetary alignment right now. This is the first time since the advent of social media that one video format, vertical, is native to all the major platforms. So it's native to TikTok, it's native to Instagram, Facebook, also landscape, but vertical, you got it. Yeah, and YouTube and Twitter as well. LinkedIn will talk about, LinkedIn's more algorithmically the master of the written word. So it loves 800 to 1,000 word articles for a whole host of reasons. But there's nothing wrong with posting vertical video there with 4 or 5 hashtags maximum on LinkedIn. But vertical video is where it's at. And what you want to do, there's a number of hacks here, but I really want to distill it down. It's 30-second to 1-minute videos. It's very rare these days that people, unless you are doing a podcast like this one and you're deep diving, but even this podcast, right, needs to be picked apart so you eat all the meat off the marketing bones. And it's not just these YouTube shorts, right, with the emojis and the sound effects and all this sort of thing. It's more just like thinking about ideas in 30-minute to 1-minute segments. And so one gets very overwhelmed. I certainly do when I think about, oh my, how do I'm a realtor, how do I even get started with vertical video? So my answer is really straightforward, or I should say my approach. Never am I ever giving advice. I'm just saying, hey, this is what I've done over the last 25 years, and this is what's worked for me, and these are the things that haven't worked for me. And you can go for it if you want. You can not go for it if you want. But what I do is I open up the voice memo app on my phone and I just talk about what I know. Like, the most important thing is to talk about what you know, because no one can take that away from you. Instead of talking on social media about this is the truth, no, this is my truth. Like if I said, like Alex Hormozy talks about this, Gary Vee talks about this a lot. It's like, I had oatmeal for breakfast this morning, which is true. No one can take that away from me, right? But if the moment I say you should have oatmeal for breakfast, everyone tunes out because you're being cringy, you're being preachy. And there's a million people like that on social media. In fact, that's the norm. What's rare are people who just say, you know what? I'm a nutrition coach. I had oatmeal for breakfast and I added, I'm making this up, right? But I added some chia seeds and I added some flaxseed and I added some almond milk. And this is what I do. And so what I do is I open up the voice memo app and I talk about what I know with respect to a given project. So if it's a realtor, it might be a construction project, let's say in your city. And you've done a little bit of research and you know the developer and you know the area and you know the best restaurants and whatever. Just stream of consciousness, talk about what you know. And then what I do is I have that transcribed on a site called Temi, Temi.com, which has been a secret weapon of mine. I do share it, so it's not a secret. I love sharing the best of what I know with people.
Spell that.
T like Tom, EMI.com, Temi.com, and it's AI-based transcription. And it's with 99% accuracy. It's extremely fast and extremely accurate. So you could do an hour-long voice memo, and a minute later, you will get the transcription back from Temi. Then what you do, let's connect this to GPT-4, to ChatGPT.
So let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
It's AI-based voice transcription
or video transcription, right? Exactly.
Okay, either one, but not. It's not like you're not taking a blog. It's taking something that you articulated from your.
You got it. So you could take a link to a YouTube video. You could create a video. But what I like to do is I like to create voice memos about what I know. I do not editorialize. I don't ever preach. I just say, hey, this is what I know about this pre-construction development, for example. Have it transcribed, then take that transcription, paste it into ChatGPT-4. So you can go to OpenAI, sign up, it's about $20 a month, and it'll give you a little toggle switch, GPT 3.5 or GPT-4. GPT-4 is vastly superior to 3.5. So paste your transcription into GPT-4, and you can ask it to create video scripts based on what you just talked about. And you say, I would like video scripts that are between 30 seconds and a minute. You can see where I'm going here. Mm-hmm. You can ask it to create Instagram captions. You can ask it to create a LinkedIn article that's 800 words based on what you just said. It is phenomenal. To me, that's the best and highest use of GPT-4. You don't, I mean, there's multiple other uses, but I'm just like, what is closest at hand for a real estate agent? Because remember, the objective is to build trust, to build expertise, authority, and trust among the households in your farm and also among your sphere. And the easiest way to do that, or I should say, the proper way to do that and build an enduring business, in my opinion, is to give, and then you'll eventually get, right? You'll be just the clear, obvious choice whenever someone in your farm or among your sphere wants to list their home. So then there you go, vertical video. So now you have the scripts. And my experience share with vertical video is don't overthink it. Because in my experience, like I start thinking about, okay, the production values of the video. Okay, I don't have the right ring light now. Oh, I'm not quite prepared. Where's my lavalier mic? Where's this? And in my experience, I end up procrastinating based on that. And in fact, what your audience really wants is authenticity, right? So they don't really care, and they want the content, they want value. And so it's about, screw it, just do it. Yeah. And it's like, perfection's the enemy of progress. So just go for it. Take your phone out, take a look at that 30-second to 1-minute script. If you'd like to take this to the next level, go to Amazon and buy a $40 teleprompter. My favorite teleprompter is Prompt Smart Pro.
I use the same one.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So that one's been great. I just don't want to overwhelm people either. Like, hey, just start out with some of these scripts and wing it a little bit. And that vertical video. And then what you can do is use a program like Hootsuite, Hootsuite. And what you can do is upload that video. And what it'll do is distribute it out to all those platforms we talked about a few minutes ago. And so all of a sudden that vertical video that was just a hope and a dream on your commute, you talked about a topic that you know a lot about. Remember, just talk about stuff that you know about. And then boom, a couple hours later, it's a vertical video that's posted across social media.